Myself, Dr. Sushil Soman, Professor and HOD, Department of Repertory, Anantharao Homeopathic Medical College and Hospital, Alepata. This is classification of repertory part 4. Today we will see classification of repertory depending upon the contents. First of all, depending upon the content, general repertories. As the word signifies general means vague, general means non-specific. But in this term general repertory, this word general means, or this general repertory means repertories which indexes symptoms of all the region of human body from head to extremities including the mind. There are certain types of this general repertories like Puritan repertory, logico-utilitarian repertory, card repertory, clinical repertory, alphabetical repertory. In clinical repertory, I mean general clinical repertory. And accordingly, you know the various examples of Puritan repertory, logico-utilitarian, card, general clinical, and alphabetical repertory. Now let us see what is the advantages of this general repertories. Now these repertories are widely used all over the homeopathic faculty for repertorization. It is good for systemic repertorization. Then another advantage is that the sources from which these repertories are compiled are different sources. They are not limited to one single sources. The sources are plenty. This advantage is specially applicable to all repertories except Puritan repertories. Puritan repertories are having only one sources, but rest of the general repertories have multiple sources. Information, the symptoms are taken from various other sources of homeopathic materia medica. So it is advantage. Then whatever information we get in the general repertory is authentic information. Authentic information here means the whatever information or whatever symptoms we are getting, all those are well proved and well confirmed symptom information we are getting. Then there is a wide range of general repertories starting from Boningossen's philosophy to Kantian repertory, even going to the post-Kantian repertory, card repertory, general clinical repertory. So there are more number of choice in this general repertories. Then disadvantages. One of the disadvantages is that these repertories usually have voluminous. They are voluminous. They are not handy, but they have a large bulk, which makes them difficult to carry at the bedside of patient. And one of the disadvantage, as there are more number of choice, the selection of repertory is difficult. We can't select all these general repertories for a given case. We will have to use a specific repertory for a specific case. But this selection, because of different philosophies, because of different contents, sometimes becomes difficult. This is one more disadvantage of general repertory. Now, second type depending upon the content is clinical repertories. Now here the word clinical means what? The word clinical refers to something which is not limited to drug proving, something which is not limited exclusively to homeopathic materia medica. Now these repertories are defined as these repertories are the repertories which are not limited only up to the sources of homeopathic materia medica or symptoms of drug proving, but they also include certain clinical symptoms and certain clinical experience. Now clinical symptom means the symptoms which have been added into materia medica on the basis of clinical verification, not originally mentioned in the drug proving, but after the application of similia principle, these symptoms are being cured, relieved, and it has happening repeatedly, and these symptoms are included in the materia medica. Then from materia medica in the repertory, these symptoms are called as clinical symptom. Then these are the repertories which also gives us information about disease oriented verification of remedies. For example, in the repertory, if you open the rubric abscess, more than 100 remedies are mentioned in the abscess. But in the clinical repertories under the rubric abscess, we will get only those remedies which are frequently useful or they have been find out clinically very useful. So such disease oriented verifications of remedy is given, and the index of homeopathic materia medica is not only given in terms of prover, but whatever symptoms we get, they are interpreted in terms of symptomatology of various diseases. For example, a diarrhea. In general repertories, in Puritan repertories, we get this symptom only, diarrhea. But in the clinical repertories, we will find out certain rubrics like enteritis, colitis, cholera, bacillary dysentery, amoebic dysentery. So this is the repertories which also index homeopathic materia medica under various disease related symptoms. So remember, clinical repertory means the repertories which are not limited to drug proving, not limited only up to homeopathic materia medica, but also include clinical symptoms, also include clinical experiences. Then it also includes the disease oriented confirmation or verification of remedy. These are the repertories which indexes homeopathic materia medica under various disease terminologies or in terms of disease symptoms. Then there are two types of clinical repertories. One is a general clinical repertory and another is specific clinical repertory. Clinical repertories, again depending upon the content, what does that clinical repertory include, whether it is include all the systems, all the regions, depending upon it there is specific subtype, general clinical repertories. And there are few very popular clinical repertories by J.H. Clark, Oscar Boric, Sheed. Now we'll just see the example or the full name of that repertory. J.H. Clark was again called as a very important contributor in this field of clinical repertory by publishing two repertories, a clinical repertory by J.H. Clark and one more small repertory, The Prescriber. Then one more very popular repertory, basically this repertory is by Oscar Boric. Do not forget, do not confuse between the William Boric and Oscar Boric. William Boric has written Materia Medica and Oscar Boric has written or compiled the repertory appended to that William Boric's Materia Medica. Then clinical repertory by Sheed. So these are examples of general clinical repertory. Then specific clinical repertories. Specific clinical repertories means repertories focusing on a specific disease like Bell's diarrhea, Borderlands pneumonia, repertory of intermittent fever by W.A. Allain, therapeutics of fever by S.C. Allain, repertory of mastitis, repertory of hemorrhoids by William Guernsey, repertory of labor, and repertory of appendicitis by Yingling. There are so many clinical repertories, specific clinical repertories we have seen in the era of regional and clinical repertories, but these are the most useful and most popular clinical repertories which are even today it is used. For example, Borderlands pneumonia. Now this Borderlands pneumonia is also today is relevant because of pneumonia like symptoms of COVID-19. So these are the specific clinical repertories focusing on specific disease. Then what are the advantages? Now these repertories will be mainly useful in cases where we have less totality of symptom and we have less number of characteristic symptoms, or the cases where it presents with more prominent pathologies, and as the pathology progresses the number of characteristic symptoms become less and number of common symptoms become more. So these are the repertories which can be used in these three conditions. Then sometimes we have to prescribe according to name of disease, that in spite of best efforts of case taking we are not getting any specific PQRS symptom or not getting any totality of symptom, we don't have anything to prescribe other than name of disease. If you open this repertories, see name of disease, there are few good remedies are given, 2-3 remedies are suggested, and from that names of remedies, if we go back to the case, we can individualize very easily and give a correct prescription. Then one more use of this repertory is to study the therapeutics. Now therapeutics is a wide branch or sub branch of materia medica. Now, to study therapeutics, these clinical repertories are very useful because in most of these clinical repertories there are two parts. One part dealing with the indications of remedy in that specific disease condition, like in Bell's diarrhea, in Borderlands pneumonia. One part is dedicated to give the description, the indication, the differentiation of remedies for that specific disease. So it is also useful for study of therapeutics. One more advantage, these repertories are very handy, and one more specific advantage, we get information about the less proved medicine. Usually what happen in general repertories, this less proved medicine, because of lack of confirmation or lack of reproving, they could not be included. But this clinical repertories gives such remedies, such less proved medicines a good knowledge. That is the advantage of the clinical repertory. Then this clinical repertories are very good in the epidemics of specific disease. So there is an epidemic of pneumonia, epidemic of diarrhea, epidemic of fever, epidemic of malaria. Now the already mentioned clinical repertories are very good in the epidemics. Everywhere we cannot carry those voluminous general repertories. Lot of information is given, but in this repertories as a pinpoint information related to that disease is given, so they are good in specific epidemics. Then they gives verified information. This is very important. Whatever information they give in this specific repertory, it is verified. It is not hypothetical. They have used it in their practice. They have confirmed it by a number of cures, by number of cured cases. So this verified information gives about what are the difficulties in treatment of such diseases. For example, in intermittent fever by WLAN, SCLAN, these 3 points are very much focused. What are the difficulties in treating malaria? What is the cause from homeopathic philosophical background? Whether it is a SORA, whether it is syphilitic miasm, or there is a hygiene which is responsible. And most important, which is not found in any other repertory, is that we get what kind of doses, what kind of potencies, what kind of repetition schedule we are going to apply in different type of cases. Such information is very useful information, verified information. It is given in the clinical repertory. Then what are the disadvantages? The main disadvantages is that they are slightly deviating, or sometimes too much deviation occurs from the homeopathic main principle. Treat sick, not disease. Usually we advise, do not focus on the name of disease, do not focus on the symptom of disease, do not focus on the common symptom. Treat the individual as a whole, treat the sick as suggested by Kent. But when we use this clinical repertories, unknowingly we are deviating from this homeopathic principle. Treat sick, not disease, and sometimes we get sometimes we do exact reverse. Treat disease and not the sick. And also another disadvantage, howsoever you create a number of clinical repertories for various types of diseases, you cannot replace general repertory by such types of number of clinical repertories. The third type, depending upon the content, is a regional repertory. Now, the repertories are defined like repertories which focuses on the minute peculiarities of systems, organs, or specific region, which are not been. What is the objective of this repertory? That such types of minute peculiarities are not mentioned in the general repertories because of so many voluminous repertories, because they are not focusing on a single system, single organ, so they have focusing on the all body. So sometimes they neglect these minute peculiarities, and this neglection, or this is the main objective of this repertory, that they want to complement these repertories by giving such a minute peculiarities of system, organ, region. Then, and if we study further, these regional repertories are mainly influenced by the Bonning-Hussein's philosophy. Now, according to Bonning-Hussein's philosophy, they have giving due emphasis to the philosophy of Bonning-Hussein, like location, sensation, modality, concomitant. But following the Boning-Hussein's philosophy, they do not fall prey to the drawback of Boning-Hussein philosophy, that is grand generalization. We all know that Boning-Hussein's philosophy is criticized because of grand generalization, but these are the repertories which overcome that drawback of grand generalization and even still give full justice to the Boning-Hussein's philosophy. Then these repertories have further two types. One is a system-wise regional repertory and another type is organ-wise regional repertories. So what is the difference between system and organ? System means a number of organs are involved and organ means a single organ. So depending upon the content, again these regional repertories are being divided into further two types: system-wise regional repertory and organ-wise regional repertory. Examples of system-wise regional repertory is by a very popular author of Materia Medica, E.B. Nash, who has written Therapeutics of Materia Medica. That is, and in the form of repertory, he has published repertory of digestive system, repertory of respiratory system. Then one more famous clinician, Dr. Vandenberg, has published Therapeutics of Respiratory System. Then author like A.R. Morgan, they are focused on the urinary organs and have compiled a repertory of urinary organ. These are few examples of system-wise regional repertories. Then organ-wise regional repertories. Organ-wise means only focusing on a specific organ. For example, a very popular repertory of eyes by Berridge, repertory of throat by William Guernsey, and repertory of head by Nordhard. Then what are the advantages? Before going to the advantages, there is a slight difference between clinical repertory and regional repertories. In the clinical repertories, we get more pathognomonic symptom, we get more clinical symptoms, and as compared to the clinical repertory, the regional repertory, the percentage of such types of pathological rubric, pathognomonic rubric, clinical symptoms, they are very less. Let us see the advantages. So when medicine selected with the help of general repertories do not do well, then when there is a lack of general symptoms, lack of characteristic particular symptoms, there is no other option than using this regional repertories. And another important use advantage, these repertories are successfully used with the cases where there is a paucity of symptom. Paucity of symptom means where there is a less number of symptoms are present. Then we have to focus on specific region and focus on specific location, specific sensation, specific modality, and try to prescribe upon. And then we want specific information in general repertories, but we do not get the specific information in the general repertories, then this repertories become useful. Then few more advantages. Now this to study the regional symptom or therapeutics of that specific organ in a uniform pattern, these repertories are useful. Again, similar to clinical repertories, knowledge about less proved medicine is properly given with reference to the various region. Again, emphasis is on the particular symptoms, minutely noting the location, sensation, modalities without any grand generalization, and maintaining the purity of symptoms occurred into that region in the homeopathic Materia Medica. They are very handy because of their less size, less volume, and they are also good in the epidemics. Then what are the disadvantages? The main disadvantages is that it cannot replace the general repertory, and another disadvantage as it focuses more on the particular symptom, and if we routinely follow such kind of repertories without any proper indication, there will be deviation from the homeopathic axiom, homeopathic principle, treat the whole and not the part. We usually have this philosophy, especially by Kent, who emphasizes whenever we are treating cases, we should focus on the whole and not on the part. So this deviation from this principle occurs mainly in the regional repertory. Remember, this is all about general repertory, regional repertory, and clinical repertories. Thank you.